Apologies to all our viewers there, technical difficulties. Kind of things can happen when you're showing sport from across the Atlantic. And we appear to have missed a change of the lead as Kenda on the mediums manages to go past Mayhem. I wonder what's happened to Mayhem. Does he have an incident? Well, we won't know because we missed that part of the race, but yeah, I think he's really struggling just to get the hard tyres on, something that I touched on during the safety car period. As Yadil on the softs, making the most of having full traction and full grip, but he will probably have to pit again due to the softs going off. Probably put another set of softs on as well, with him already fulfilling the requirement of 2 compounds. Because once you go on the intermediates or wets, it goes out of the window. As we see Jamsheds go past Sugar Perez. Sugar Perez is will get too close still. Yeah, there you are, contact, he did get too close. It appears to bundle his way through. Showing the kind of craft which makes him such a good midfielder. And the Alfa Romeo driver carries on in 5th place behind Jamsheds. And the lead Ferrari, as it would be, with Phantom Lug in 7th. So, and the battle for the lead is definitely hard up between these two. You have Kenda on the medium tyres, struggling to find his way over the chicane, and unfortunately with him going over the top of it, he did take off the end plate of the Haas. So Ross is going to look to try and squeeze through here. He has the tyres, he has the pace, he has the DRS open, and Ross goes through into P1. Don't know if Kenda's going to put up too much of a defence. He's going to be last of the late breakers. No, he's going to accept that he's lost position. He's going to try and do the up and under. Looks to have got away with it as Ross ran wide a touch as they go down the main straight. Ross has also got the inside line as well. We saw someone down in the pit lanes. Yeah, it was UGS went in the AlphaTauri. So he's getting rid of the softs. And Ross is just going to pull away now. Especially taking the advantage of having the tyres, but the race will come back to Kenda as he's on the mediums, and I believe he can go to the end. As Jamshed, who's 2 seconds behind, they go up. Let's stick with these two because Kenda is definitely still putting up a fight. 6 tenths the gap now, 4 tenths, 3 tenths. He's still within DRS striking distance, so Ross will want to try and shake him off. We'll try to shake him off like a piece of tape you catch on your sock. And the AlphaTauri forcing the Haas out wide as they go over this gnarly section once again. The Formula E section, I call this. It's a horrendous chicane, absolutely unrequired, but who am I? Exactly. And kind of full DRS open. The gap is open to 7 tenths, so Ross might just escape the advances of the AlphaTauri. Depends how powerful the DRS is down the straight. As you can see, Jamsted has managed to close the gap due to these two getting hot pursuit with Chuvets. Kenda once again, he really needs to watch his braking and, dare I say, his driving standards, because he is a quick driver. He just seems to be a bit overly aggressive at some points, and the gap is still 7 tenths. Jamshed slowly but surely reels them in. What a fantastic run it's been for Dill so far. The energetic midfielder currently running in the midfield. Also have Chico Perez in the 5th place, the Mexican. We assume he's Mexican. Well, he is now. We just stamped his passport. Phantom Lug, championship leader in 6th. Instinct in 7th, under the impressions of Moe. So this one could be an interesting battle. As you see once again, the advantage of the softer tyres in this phase of the race. It looks like Instinct is just really struggling to turn the hard tyres on, as the gap ahead of him is 3 seconds. He's just escaping the DRS advantage of Moby at the moment. Coin. God loves to try it. He's in 9th. UG Ashwin trying to pick his way up once again. He's on the hard tyres, so we'll be hoping to get past the Alfa Romeo as quick as he can. He'll be aiming for the DRS straight, one likes to assume, as Amisaraj, the race leader, at one point currently finds himself outside of the points. It just shows you just how quick your race can change under a safety car condition. And last but not least, RSC, who's in 12th, followed by Kieran, who has lost his front wing, which will please Williams no end. Yeah, I hope we brought quite a few for this weekend, especially for the way these two are driving at the moment. And Trico, the race leader, as the drivers who have the softs and the mediums have decided to pit, so Instinct also benefiting there, but his hard tyres are not going to have much defence against the drivers who have just pitted. So let's see. Once again, he could be a bit of a cork in the bottle here. If he makes it difficult for Ross, the gap could close up Bekenda. Jamsted's another one who's put the hard tyres. I'm surprised that people are putting the hard tyres on. Surely they have another pair of mediums that they could put on, which will do. So that was a safety car. Safety car. I didn't even notice that. Yeah. Don't drink alcohol, kids. I do actually. No, don't. Do what you want. So while Duncan has a couple of laps where he's leading the field, we'll just have a little break, make myself another drink, and I will grab a new vape pod. Goes to show as well, just might I add, why if you race you appear to be struggling, there's only very few drivers remaining, you might as well hang on, try and get a point or 2 points. You never know, come the end of the season they might be invaluable if you're battling for a championship, or even if you're just battling for wherever in the standings, especially for prospective teammates in future. Do I see somebody who makes the effort no matter the circumstance? Like these two here at the back in 13th and 12th, showing great tenacity to continue during the race, as well as this man. Going, we've had to change the position. What has gone on here? It's behind Duncan's safety car. Phantom Nug and Ahmed appear to be swapping positions. Yeah. And Phantom Nug goes back past Ahmed. I'm glad I've caught this because it's. Oh, I'll have it back. Is he going to try and overtake him again? Yeah, Phantom Nug takes it back. I don't think they know who's supposed to be in front. Let's see if it happens again. Fantastic camera angles this one. Yeah, great if you keep the helicopter cam. I know this isn't a helicopter cam, but still rather panoramic of the Miami skyline. As we now approach the final 10 laps of this, the first of 3 American tracks on the official F1 calendar from next year. Saved it, didn't I? Obviously we got the Circuit of the Americas in Texas, Austin. Very much a circuit modelled on Silverstone. So Checo Perez, the Mexican McLaren driver, the lone McLaren, behind Duncan in the safety car. Instinct in the second, he's still on hard tyres. A man who's ran fantastically well through these 18 laps and qualifying. Ross is going to be wanting to strike as soon as he can, because he knows that the AlphaTauri behind him of Gendalil is rather quick, as well as Jamshed's. He knows to approach the back of that AlphaTauri like a donkey, because we know Kendall likes to kick. And we have Dylan CR, the box-to-box midfielder, in 6th. And we see Phantom Nug pitting. Interesting strategy there, changing from the hard tyres. One has to imagine. Maui, 9th in the Mercedes, the lone running Mercedes Metayat. Ahmed Sarraj, the original pole sitter, actually the only pole sitter of this weekend, finds himself in 8th behind Yuji Ashwin, who is on the hards. So he's on board with Bill Manchester in 6th. Interesting fact about Bill, he's actually half Liverpudlian on his father's side. He grew up a Liverpool fan before he switched to Man United at the age of 18. Okay, is the safety car coming in at the end of this lap? Will Duncan bring the safety car in? Richtig or De Falsch? Let's find out. Chico Perez in the McLaren P1. Yeah, don't get too close for that. You need to stay behind that car. Yeah. Come on, Duncan, get a move on. Right then. What a fantastic finale we're set up here. Safety car in, 11 o'clock Tuesday evening. Where else would you be? Well, this is an absolute clusterfuck now, isn't it? Some idiot, potentially the race leader, has decided to back the whole pack up and let the safety car disappear. This is what happens when you don't implement these rules. You've got end plates all over the place. There'll be a lot of swearing going on in the party chat. One has to imagine. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess really. He should set off and go now. He's doing himself no favours. Absolutely not. Come on, Trico, put the foot down, put the hammer down. Keep on the racing line. Stop trying to block the man behind you. Instinct trying to get the best turn in. What is he doing? I'm sorry to be honest, but this is absolutely ridiculous. And we're underway. Praise be. And Trico takes across the line, and we have Ross straight away, as I touched on. He'll be eager to get through. Instinct in the Williams and fend off the defender. He does get through. Fantastic move there, and he'll be hoping that Instinct can at least hold up the AlphaTauri of Kenda behind him. As the front 3-4 in a massive battle here as Ross goes for the race lead. It's only taken him 6 to 7 corners as he forces the McLaren out wide, and Ross is now your race leader. A very deserving race leader. He's raced fantastic this weekend. He'll be hoping he can just run and hide now ahead of the Williams and the McLaren, and unfortunately Kenda looks to have incurred some damage. I've been forced wide because he now finds himself down 11th as Ross and Kieran once again testing the resources of the Williams team by not having a wing. So race leader Ross on the mediums ahead of the hard tyre in the Instinct in the Williams. Trico, who appears to be holding a few of the drivers up now, like he did here the previous lap. Jumshed's 6th behind in the Ferrari. He'll be looking for a podium finish this evening. And Bowie, a fine race from the Mercedes driver. And Trico goes wide, and Moe is going to battle him down past the start finish straight. No, manages to pull away. So Coyne in the Alfa Romeo, a fantastic recovery drive from himself as he throws it down the inside and says, "Do with that, sunshine." And is he faster than McLaren? He is faster than McLaren. McLaren decides to hit him. That's a yellow card. And the quick moving Phantom Nug decides to take 2 of them on. He takes Trico and Amanda Soares around the outside. He's also got past Coyne. No, steady now, boys. Let's not get stupid. 8 laps to go. Let's at least get to the finish. And I believe that's a Haas without a front wing. Yeah. One has to imagine. He's got overzealous with a move there. Still, MCR hoping to get past the Haas as quick as he can so we can be in the hunt for some more points with his teammate. And Coyne, what a return to form for the Scouse Mancunian. As he challenges the Ferrari, and you have Amateur Soares without a wing. He's still trying to get through. I believe that's somebody driving with a lot of anger there. As he goes through, forces Coin out wide. They go through the tight section. Once again, the Formula E chicane, as Ahmed just ignores the fact there is a chicane to try and get close to the Alfa Romeo. And he's now in an Alfa Romeo Oreo sandwich, so you have Coin in 6th, who's trying to put the squeeze on Ahmed Siraj to not let him through. He does get through. Go on, Coin, go up the inside, give us something to watch. Go on, son. And he goes for it. And did he make it stick? Fantastic effort from the Alfa Romeo driver. Now, team orders, are they going to come in here? Is Dill the quicker car, or is Coin the quicker car? You'd have to say Coin is, especially on the soft tyres at the moment. Fascinating battle. Great effort from these two after last week's monstrosity at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve in Canada. Nice to see them both battling strongly for points. Two drivers who were in the top three at the restart, Kenda and Trico. So Kenda is obviously going to be breathing down Dill's neck to try and take that position from him, but he's also incurred a 3-second time penalty. As we see, the Haas is still putting up a valiant effort, even though he doesn't have a wing. Goes off that. Oh, he's not going to go inside there, is he? Oh, I think Kenda appears to be driving with a bit of frustration there, because that is not normally the kind of place you need to try and pull off a move. And Dill, with DLS wide open, he's also caught in this train. Is Dill going to fall up the inside of Kenda? It'd be interesting. Very interesting as we see Phantom Nug move off a place over the hard tyre wearing Moe. Piece of... Oh, hello. Yeah. Coin and Kenda have done something. As Kenda comes into the pits, Coin comes into the pits. Yeah. Apologies for missing that, but they were getting rather aggressive. And at least the AlphaTauri, who was previously at the front of this race, it's a shame for him, but he's also got a 5-second time penalty as Coin puts on new nose and a new set of soft tyres to get to the end of the race. And have we got another safety car? Please say we don't. It doesn't appear to be at the moment. Let's see the track map, that always helps. Yes, we have a safety car. We have a safety car again. So we're going to go on board with Ross. I feel for the guy, I really do. He's battled to maintain the lead. He's earned those 5 seconds in front, and due to some overly aggressive driving, he's unfortunately lost this advantage that he had. I'm sure the team in the Williams carriage will be equally just as happy as the disappointment in the Haas garage. Jamsheds and Phantom Nug. There's something about the Ferrari drivers, I don't know what it is, they just have that bit of extra race intelligence, you know. They let a race open up before they do any silly moves. You know, they're always there or thereabouts. Something a lot of aspiring drivers could learn from is to not just throw it up the inside. See how the race is opening up. And Moby, fantastic return from the Mercedes driver, solid if not spectacular, in 4th place. And the lead Alfa Romeo midfielder Dill Manchester in 5th, as once again Duncan in the safety car leads the pack. We've 5 laps to go, so while the safety car is out, I'll let you watch the footage. So, a word for the retirees, unfortunately. So we lost Duncan, who was running well in 6th place in the Aston Martin. Kenda, who was picking his way through the grid, and Mercedes unfortunately retired. Yuji Aswin, another incident which led to his retirement. Potentially he was in the pits actually, it might have been more off of frustration. And Kieran, who exhausted the amount of wings that Williams brought for this weekend. He ended up using 5 front wings, even his teammates. And that is the retirees. So, as we have a rundown, just to fill the airtime during this section of the race. So we have Duncan in first in the safety car, Ross in the Haas, Instinct in the Williams, Jamsheds in the Ferrari, Moe in the Mercedes, Dill in the Aston Martin. Fantastic race from him so far. Phantom Nog, the championship leader in 6th. Amel Siraj in the Haas once again. Chico in McLaren, RSC in the Red Bull, Coin in the Alfa Romeo in the final points paying position, and into the pits once again Kendallil. So that is your 11 remaining drivers as we approach the final 5 laps of the Odyssey Miami Autodrome Car Park Grand Prix. Let's just hope that the lead car doesn't incur any further incidents like the last restart. Because essentially we have a 4-lap sprint once the safety car comes in. So brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a spectacular finish as we have 10 cars remaining. Everyone is getting a point at this point. Excuse the pun. As Ross leads the car, a bit of weaving to try and get some heat in the tyres. Instinct so in the Williams does the same as everybody else does. Okay, safety car's in. Duncan bringing the safety car in once again as Ross in the Haas tries to catch everybody cold and restart this race with 4 laps to go. He managed to pick up a gap to the Williams behind him. The gap is 7 tenths. So as the approach to 1 to the left-right kink, similar to that of Suzuka, the gap is now 9 tenths. So he's already built up a second. So he's like a ferret up a drain pipe, and away he goes. As Jamsheds is going to pressure the Williams, he's going to try and force the error. He's obviously trying to switch on the tyres as quick as he can after the safety car. I'm sure Instinct to be battling for all his worth to try and take a podium, a very well earned podium after the demise of qualifying. Doesn't appear like the Ferrari's making any impressions as we go back with Moe as Delemcia back in front of Nogi. Appears to gain a position as Ahmed. That's it, 3 wide. Ahmed getting squashed there. Yeah, pretty forceful driving there from the Haas driver. Another driver who I believe is probably racing with a little bit of frustration, knowing how his race potentially has fell apart somewhat. He appears to be pushing the Mercedes around the Formula E chicane. Let's see how this goes down the straight as Instinct leads the pack. Now Ross has a 2.5 second advantage. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, unfortunately, still in the Alfa Romeo is tangled with Trico in the McLaren. Oh, yeah. How's you than me, mate. And Coin benefits taking that position. Allison, who is really shown that he can retire. That's unfortunate. Coin in 7th in the Alfa Romeo, still in 6th in the Alfa Romeo. So it looks like we're only going to have 8 finishers. And Trico, all he has to do is just keep the car on the track and he will acquire 3 points. And we'll see tactics from the Ferrari team. Let his teammate who's going for the championship fruit. Don't try and follow move up the inside just yet. Let's have a look. Is DLS, is it active yet? No, it is not. But Phantom Nug does have the straight line speed. Is he going to have a look at his head, Moe, or will Moe go defensive? Is he going to go defensive? Is he going to go trying up the inside? No. No. Good racecraft there from Phantom Nug. He knows he can try and get him at a different point of the race. You know, he's on the softs and Moe is on the hard tyres. Instinct in the 2nd place in the Williams. We're hoping this carries on. He's managed to close the gap to the leader actually. The gap's down to 3 seconds, so this race is certainly not over as we have had an incident in sector 3. Yes, it's the McLaren not pitting for a front wing. Quite odd. Could have gone for the fastest lap, but hey ho. Ross in the Haas in 1st place. Let's stay on board with this battle. This could be a fantastic battle for the final podium positions. Might let the pictures just speak for themselves. Phantom Nug tries to get himself onto the bottom rung of the podium. DLS wide open, as is Moe. Instinct will be hoping that he's got enough grunt in that Mercedes powered Williams to stave off the interest as he goes off, unfortunately. And Moe and Phantom Nug have made contact, and that will not be a happy Mercedes driver. I expect that to be into the stewards. I don't want to sort that one out. As Phantom Nug is now in the bottom podium position, he's in 3rd at the moment. Instinct in 2nd. Jamshed's the sister Ferrari in 4th, and Dill. Fantastic performance so far from the Alfa Romeo driver as the returning to circuit Moe currently in 6th place. Coin 7th. Trico Perez minus his front wing in 8th as we go on to the final lap with the race leader Ross. Fantastic performance from Ross. He's been there or thereabouts throughout the whole race. Made a fantastic start, fantastic qualifying. He's capitalised on changing conditions, various safety cars, kept his head, kept his composure where others around him were not, and very deservedly finds himself in P1 as he sets a purple first sector. So it looks like he's going for the fastest lap of the race, and we will follow this battle onto final lap as Instinct by 7 tenths, 8 tenths over Phantom Nug. DLS wide open in that Ferrari. Jamshed is also there as well, so 2 Ferraris are on the hunt. They're looking to try and remove the Williams from the podium positions as we go through the Formula E chicane for the final time. As Instinct, as anybody else would, decides to go defensive. I think he'll be happy just with the podium position as long as he only loses 1 position to 1 Ferrari as he goes to the left, to the right. A little bit of weaving there. It's interesting to see what the stewards make of that. The Phantom Nug cannot make the move. Goes on the outside, looks, and he's forced wide there. And across the line is our race winner, Ross. Fantastic performance from the Haas driver. 2nd place goes to the Williams driver of Instinct. A fantastic performance from him. Phantom Nug shows why he is the championship leader with another high quality points finishing position. Jamshed's another impressive performance from him. Dylan MCR, a man who I said to look out for, comes across the line in 5th place. Fantastic midfield finish from the midfielder. Moe in 6th in the Mercedes. Some solid points for the team there, but I'm sure he'll be sat in the car there thinking I could potentially have had a podium. And Coyne in 7th and Chico Perez in 8th. That wraps up this week's Odyssey Grand Prix from the Mayhem F1 League. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage as much as I've had presenting it for free. Yeah, so join us again next week. Thank you very much. Privilege as always.